Yo, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the best macro in Anime Adventures on update 19.5. This brand new update got a brand new game mode called Contracts. Now over here you can just go ahead and click matchmaking and find a team to do a tier 14, tier 15, like basically a really high tier portal or a really low tier portal, and basically defeat a boss in the time given. It's a pretty cool game mode, not gonna lie. I do enjoy it. It's not bad. It was very OP, but now they nerfed it, which made it enjoyable. Obviously nobody wants to do this legit. It takes a lot of time. You gotta wait, you gotta stay there and be patient. Nobody wants to do all that, right? So overnight you probably want to just macro the tier 12, tier 7, and tier 5. You need to get a macro, right? And I'm going to show you the best macro you can get right now that's basically removed because, you know, there were a couple bugs, but to be honest, in my opinion, the bugs are not that crazy to where you can't use it. Now I'm going to put this macro on the description, and I will also give you the link to the Discord where you can find the new updated version whenever they drop it. Now I'll give you a free one and of course a paid version that you can go ahead and spend the extra money but get yourself a much more high quality macro that won't have any bugs, and it will get updated frequently, so you can go ahead and not worry about the macro breaking. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the free one. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you can leave a like and subscribe to help my channel grow back up to where it was. Let's get to the video. So right over here, we're gonna go to my desktop, right, and then just go ahead right here and just click last month main. Now this is going to be one of the Faxi macros. Now this has not been released yet because it got taken down as soon as it got up because of the fact that it was a little broken, like I stated before. But don't worry, it actually works quite well. Now if you want to AFK during the day, this works really well because even if it breaks, you'll get a notification and you'll just go back and just click reset, and then the macro will go ahead and start running again. So the reason there's a bug is because when you lose, the macro breaks. Okay, if you are very strong, this will be perfect still because again, you can basically solo the boss. If it does end up being too hard, or maybe you're too weak and the matchmaking is not giving you some good players, you might be cooked. Okay, so make sure you understand that before you get into the game. Okay, let's go ahead and click main, and boom, right there it'll just pop on the left side of your screen. As you see, it's looking pretty nice, pretty clean. Now over here you have the unit 1, unit 2 up to 6. Now basically what you're gonna have to do is run my method. Now what I do is I run a magic main, strength main, and then I run my farm, right? That's all I need. Okay, so pretty much what you do is click primary upgrade, make sure farm is 1, make sure your strength unit is 2, and make sure your magic unit is 3. Now the reason I say this is because 65% of the time you will notice that it will be strength, right? When you click contract, you can go ahead and check out that they're pretty much all strength every time, which is a bit weird. Now I don't know if it's a bug or not, but it is what it is, right? So most of the time you'll notice their strength, so make sure you have a good strength unit you can go ahead and upgrade first when you place it down. Okay, now let's go back over here and just make sure we have everything set up. Now you got to click mode select, you got to go ahead and click contract. Now you obviously can do other stuff like besides contracts, but I would just go ahead and try contract, and then you can pick 1 through 6 or random. Now yes, you could technically only do 5 every single hour while you sleep, but in my opinion the best thing is to do 4, 5, and 3. Now 3 not really needed, but definitely 4 and 5. Okay, now you could also just click random. Now random is not that bad because it goes from top to bottom, so if there's a 12-hour, it'll do the 12-hour versus hourly, it'll do the hourly first if it's available, right? So that's what I would personally do, just stay on random, then obviously click matchmaking. If you can somehow solo this while using this macro, you're different, you're built different, but you can go ahead and do that. I would just recommend doing matchmaking. Now once you click confirm, boys, this is where it gets hard. Okay, because you have to make sure you save configs. Okay, make sure you placement type is circle. I would not do the other ones. I would generally just do circle and then click confirm. Now when you do that, you'll see this pop up, F1, F2, F3. Now here you click F1, make sure it's relocated. Okay, now you have to make sure that full screen is not on, and make sure that movement mode is click to move. Guys, make sure you pay attention right here. Okay, it's the only time you gotta do it. Okay, so make sure your full screen is off and make sure your movement mode is click to move. Okay, that's the only way you can make this work. All right, if you've done everything correctly, okay, you should have this type of screen right here, okay? And now really the last thing you gotta do is, if you want a webhook, just click settings and you know, obviously do the webhook. Now if you're still confused and you don't want to hear me yet, you can go ahead and click guide and it will do the same thing, but I feel like you should just, you know, hear me so it's more direct, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, pretty much that's all you gotta do. So unless you want to wait for Foxy to drop a new one, okay, and I'll show you where you can find it in a minute, this is the best thing you'll get. And again, I'll have this available for you to download on your PC when this video drops, okay? So don't be afraid, okay? So make sure you like the video right now before you goon, okay? And so now that we're done with the Foxy macro, one of the most popular ones, I feel like, at least because it's free, we're gonna go ahead with something a little less popular that not many people know about, but those people that do use macros and spend money especially will really like this one. Personally, I use this one most of all. This is how I got my Eisen, as you can see right here. You know, my Eisen's looking pretty clean, really smooth, you know what I'm saying? This is because I use this macro. Also using this macro, I was able to gain a shiny elf mage, and I was able to gain dark mage and inline portals by myself, which, to be honest, never happened to me before. I'm going to show you how you can get this macro and how you can install it on Discord. So make sure you listen close because I will not to repeat myself. So this is the macro. It's called Senya macros. Now this macro is very good, okay? It's one of the best paid version macros you can get, but I will say that, you know, the roadmap is looking really good for this macro. It might be the best one very soon. Now this macro will add matchmaking, which it doesn't have currently, but again, very easy to find people in the Discord. Then also it will be adding contracts, okay? Now this is a big deal because contracts, of course, is something that everybody wants to macro, but the thing that this macro does differently than the Foxy one and every other one is that this macro actually gives you much better unit placement and much better map identification, okay? Now, you know, it's a completely different way that they do it, and how they do it is much more efficient. Like, for example, the amount of like contracts and the speed and the damage you can do with the Foxy macro is nowhere near as good as the Senya macro, but Senya macro is paid, so you're gonna need money, moolah. So if you don't have the money, I would just stick with Foxy still. But if you do have the extra $20 to give for the macro, I would personally just go ahead and buy it, okay? If you do want to get this macro, go ahead and go to macro knowledges once you go into the Discord, and it will give you a guide how you can set it up for it to work, okay? And then also, of course, you can find people in this Discord by going to team up once you buy it and ask any questions you may need. So with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If it did help you find the macro for you, please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And hey, again, we're gonna wait for Foxy to drop their free version macro very soon, fingers crossed. But with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed the new update of Anime Adventures. If you did, make sure that you go ahead and let me know what your favorite thing is about the update, and also let me know what videos you want to see next. See you guys on the next one. Stay safe. Peace out.